Fredrickson. Today we're going to talk about fasting, and more specifically we're going to talk about the mistakes of intermittent fasting. First, what is fasting? Fasting has been practiced for over 1,000 years in both religious and different health practices. It's basically going a period of not eating any calories from food and from liquids. So, intermittent fasting is a form of fasting that's more specific to the day and taking periodic breaks from eating or drinking liquid calories. So the most common types of intermittent fasting are the 16 and 8. So they're saying 16 and 8, they're actually referring to a period of 16 hours of fasting, of no eating, no liquid calories, then 8 hours of eating. So you have a 16-hour fasting window, then you have an 8-hour eating window. Some people can either change this up to 14 hours of fasting, 8 hours of eating, or 10 hours of eating, or even going to 20 hours of fasting and 4 hours of eating. Whatever works best for you and works best for your schedule is I advise. Now I typically am a fan of the 16 and 8 because it's pretty simple. You start at your first meal at noon. So you have your last meal at around 7 to 7:30. Now with all the benefits of fasting, a lot of people do it for weight loss because you're actually essentially skipping a meal. And of course you're going to lower your caloric intake by doing that. I like fasting for its health benefits. I think our bodies need time to rest and digest. I used to be eating 6 meals a day, trying to get as much protein because I thought you could only absorb a certain amount of protein at one time. And now new studies have shown that you can actually absorb a lot more protein than we once thought. So fasting for me is typically, I do a 16 and 8, usually at first meal around 11 or 12, depending on my day and my schedule, having that last meal at 7 or 8. Okay, so I want to go over fasting mistakes and what you can do to make fasting work better for you and not to fall in a pitfall of being unhealthy. So let's get into it with the 7 most common fasting mistakes. Okay, so fasting mistake number 1 is avoid junk food. You may be tempted during your eating window to eat whatever's available, eat a lot of sugar, a lot of refined or fried carbohydrates or fried foods. Don't do that. You're typically going to be intermittent fasting for your health, right? For health benefits. So don't just pig out on something unhealthy because it's right there. Because you might be a little bit more hungry because you've been fasting. Look for something in lean proteins, healthy fats, moderate to mild carbs. Okay, so this can be chicken breast with some vegetables and maybe a couple of sweet potatoes. Okay, don't overdo it, especially that first meal. So the second mistake that I see a lot of people do is they don't eat enough calories. If your goal is to lose weight, then intermittent fasting by skipping meal can be a great strategy. But if your goal is for more of the health benefits, you gotta make sure that you're eating enough calories within your eating window. Because you need to find out if you're losing weight or maintaining that weight by either measuring yourself on the scale every day or by tracking your calories and macronutrients on a tracker. I like MyFitnessPal. But typically you're gonna know if you're losing weight by checking the scale. So if you're doing intermittent fasting for health benefits, maybe you have a health condition, autoimmune condition, cancer, etc., and you're trying to utilize your body's best ability to heal, well, you need to make sure you're eating enough calories during your eating window. All right, for the third mistake that I see most commonly with people who are doing intermittent fasting is they're not drinking enough water. Water is going to keep you satiated, it's going to keep you hydrated. Drink plenty of water throughout the day. A good rule of thumb that I like to use is this. Take your body weight, divide it in half, and that is the amount of ounces of water that you need per day. So this is going to be anywhere from 60 to 100 ounces for most individuals. Number 4 for fasting mistakes is becoming nutrient deficient. When you're intermittent fasting, you even have to take more emphasis onto the quality of foods that you're ingesting and also the supplements to fill in the gaps. So during your eating window, if you're eating less calories, you're going to have less of a chance to pick more nutritious foods. So you have to do some planning beforehand. You got to find good quality foods, either meal prep or have this planned out because you want to get your calories in for that 8 hours or that 4 hours, whatever your eating window might be. Now, if you're a person who likes to take a lot of supplements or you have your supplement regimen, usually I've heard that taking supplements in the morning can actually break your fast because your body's going to start digesting those nutrients. So you got to plan ahead. You got to take your supplements during your eating window. So maybe your first supplements are going to be at noon, your last supplements you're going to take around that dinner time meal. So plan accordingly so you're not becoming nutrient deficient while fasting. The number 5 mistake I see with intermittent fasting is not reducing your stress levels. It has been shown that doing a long-term fast actually induces more cortisol or more stress hormones because your body is not getting the fuel that it is used to. So it's taking, your body is now breaking it down, processing fuel through gluconeogenesis, basically producing more glucose and glycogen that your body needs for fuel. So this can be stressful to the body. So you need to do things through intermittent fasting to reduce the cortisol as much as possible. First on this list is getting enough sleep. If you're not sleeping, your hunger signals are going to be through the roof. You're going to be stressed out thinking about meals all day long. So make sure that you're getting 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep, okay? Prioritize sleep. Sleep is so important for everything. But also just reducing stress. Make sure you're drinking lots of water like we mentioned earlier. Make sure you're taking time in the morning for gratitude, for being thankful for your day, thankful for your family, thankful for all the good things in your life. Reduce your stress levels as best you can. Some people do meditation, gratitude journals, but find what works for you and do that. All right, so the number 6 mistake I see with intermittent fasting is not getting enough protein and enough healthy fats in your diet. So this goes back to some of the other mistakes that I mentioned earlier, but protein and fats, healthy fats, are very satiating. And you want to be eating satiating foods during your eating window so that you're not hungry and you're not miserable during your fasting window. Does that make sense? So again, healthy, lean cuts of protein, meats, this can be, it could be a lean cut of steak, it could be a lean cut of fatty fish like salmon, and it could also be chicken breast, lamb, turkey, whatever you like the best. Find what works for you and eat satiating foods during your fasting window. All right, this might be the most important mistake that I see during intermittent fasting. Mistake number 7 is eating too much during your eating window. During intermittent fasting, you may think that you have a free pass to eat whatever you want during that eating window. So you might think, hey, I've been fasting for 16 hours, this 8-hour window, I'm gonna go all out. I'm going to the all-you-can-eat buffet and I'm just gonna pick out, I can eat whatever I want. It doesn't matter what I eat. Wrong. You need to be cognizant of what you're eating. Fasting does not give you free range to eat whatever you want. It's helping your body cleanse. It's helping your body take a break from the sympathetic overload of eating all this food. You need your body to a chance to rest and digest and activate more of your parasympathetic nervous system. So don't eat whatever you want. Have a plan accordingly for the eating window. Make sure you're getting your maintenance calories that you need for your goals, and don't overeat. Most people say 80% full, that's when you should stop there. And again, if you're drinking lots of water, this can help you stay satiated. So make sure that you're not overeating during your fasting window, you're drinking lots of water, you're minimizing your stress levels, you're having a plan, and you're doing these things that I said are the opposite of the mistakes that I mentioned in this video. If you found this helpful, let me know in the comments. I'll be honored if you subscribe to my channel, hit that bell for further videos. I try to upload a new video every 1 to 2 weeks. But again, I'm Dr. Robert Fredrickson. This is the 7 mistakes for fasting, for intermittent fasting, and I can't wait to talk to you next time. Have a great day.